During the 9-hour mining debate in the Wisconsin Senate last week, two interesting points were brought up by opponents of the Republican bill. Republican Senator Dale Schultz argued that environmental laws should be open-ended and have subjective criteria.
Consider this. I have two daughters, and when it comes to assessing the men in their lives, my standards don't stop at measurable attributes like height and weight. The same applies when we talk about environmental protections. Numeric standards are important, but they're not the sum and the substance of what the law is about in Wisconsin.
Senator Bob Jauch argued that lawmakers are not qualified to make laws on subjects as specialized as mining, and that bureaucrats should be given the power to impose specific requirements.
And yet this bill is full of page after page after page where they prescribe the exact terms upon which the DNR staff ought to be making their decisions. What do we know, Mr. President and members, about what the angle ought to be on a taconite pile? What do we really know, Mr. President and members, about the details of a mining project? Some of us have come to learn a heck of a lot more than we ever thought we would, but the fact is we're not experts, but we're acting like experts when we pass a bill that includes a level of detail that will have to be changed the next mine that is built in the state of Wisconsin.
Not all senators agree with the idea that laws should be subjective, open-ended, and lack definition.
I would hope they know better. I would think if a DNR employee came out and, say, did something or declared Senator Schultz's septic system inadequate, even though it was meeting all the requirements under law, I would think Senator Schultz or Senator Jauch would be rightfully appalled. So I think they would know better if it happened to them. All I can assume is when it comes to a mining company, which they would maybe view as evil because it's a bigger company, they don't mind making subjective laws. But I think, as you can imagine, if you were running a big company, would you be willing to enter into any project knowing that that project could be ruled illegal, even though you are obeying the letter of the law? My goodness, who would ever come to the state of Wisconsin under such ridiculous rules?
Despite Senators Schultz and Jauch's arguments, the Senate approved the bill, and it moves on to the Assembly this week. For the McIver Institute, I'm Bill Osmolsky.